What's the best Wi-Fi name you've seen? Crack Shack. Which wasn't exactly creative, but we later found out that the owners were arrested for selling drugs. Edit. No. It was not a restaurant. We don't have a restaurant chain named Crack Shack in my state. Wu-Tang LAN. We're not allowed to have our own routers on campus. So I named mine AT&T Mobile Hotspot. I caused a small family panic when I named it Disconnected. Edit. Thank you guys for so much more evil ideas and suggestions. My family will suffer more and I'll burn in hell for sure. Thanks. My neighbor had 2 bros chillin' in a hot tub. My favorite is, it's on the back of the router. Edit. On the back of the router it would say, ask my name. For password. Protected CEX. And unprotected CEX. For a British electronics store called CEX. Totally safe Wi-Fi. No spyware. Promise and let it open. Without password. This LAN is my LAN. I install internet etc. for a living. Best one I ever came up with was for the Delta Phi sorority. Delta Wi-Fi. They loved it. That's what she SSID. I Jenny. Landlord's wife. I had a friend who had that. Hated his landlord. But the landlord couldn't find out which tenant was broadcasting it. The friend had it hooked up to a battery so the landlord couldn't cut the power to find out whose it was. Chipotle guest. There's no Chipotle nearby. Troy and Abed in the modem. Password. The password was Wi-Fi. Malware.x. My favorite was Mom. Click here for internet. One of my sons, probably about 12 or 13 at the time. Friend's father said added a Wi-Fi channel named Free Internet Porn when his son had a birthday sleepover. The father then sat outside the area where they were sleeping and listened to them spend hours trying to figure out how to connect. My son called me that night asking how to connect to a Wi-Fi channel when you don't know the password because his friend forgot their password. I told him the only way was to guess. Evidently it kept them busy and out of trouble all night. Land Rover. Is this the Krusty Krab? The password was, no, this is Patrick. In my last apartment I named my Wi-Fi New England Clam Router. Always liked that one. Who the hell is stealing my Wi-Fi? For the longest time, I had my phone's hotspot name as Police Surveillance Tricycle. Turns out, it's a good way to get some people paranoid and have others amused over the whole thing when having it active during classes. You kids get off my LAN. Cisco Inferno. My dad's a huge fan of The Matrix and calls every router we've ever had the Nebuchadnezzar. Go back to California when I had just moved to Texas and had CA plates on my car still. House LA Nister. 5G coronavirus test number 1 strength. 500%. When my brother was in the Air Force Reserve, I went to his house one day and say his Wi-Fi name was LAN of the Free. When my grandma was getting her Wi-Fi set up, we asked her what she'd say to people who asked for her Wi-Fi. She said that she would tell them to go to hell. So that's now her password. So whenever people ask for the Wi-Fi password, she tells them, go to hell. Locked free Wi-Fi. It burns when IP. Was at a church and some neighbor had Jesus has left the building. I had a roommate that named ours Batlin and Login. I always thought that was clever. I was in the back of a bus and the Wi-Fi name was, say, Chicken Nuggets. I yelled "chicken nuggets" to the front of the bus. Someone replied, "No spaces." I didn't get it at first, but after like 5 minutes I was like, wait. Put in "chicken nuggets" for the password and I was in. My younger brother set his mobile hotspot to "hot singles in your area" and I'm never gonna get over it. Lord of the Pings. Password Legolas. Rebellious Amish family. We don't have Wi-Fi. Password was I don't know. Hilarious when anyone asked him how to get on his Wi-Fi. It was like a vaudeville routine.